Hi everyone. If you're following all the lessons in AS IT network lessons, I mentioned in my previous video we have only network matrix and network security is remaining to cover the network full chapter. So we are going to learn on network metrics today. If you missed the previous network lessons, go to ASIT Networks playlist and follow the lessons in order. Right. So, what are network metrics? Some call network metrics and some call, say network KPIs, meaning network key performance indicators. So, either way, it's the same meaning. So, network metrics are quantitative measurements used to evaluate or to monitor the performance and reliability of a computer network. Is a quantitative measurements used to evaluate or monitor the performance and reliability of a computer network. So these metrics provide valuable insights into various aspects of the network behavior, such as the network speed, network bandwidth, network latency, packet loss, and there are a lot of other network key performance indicators. So don't worry with these new words. Okay, so there are some network performance related technology terms we need to learn in this lesson and how these are used in network communication. So let's begin. Let's assume you got a new mobile phone and you say it's really great. It has 64 GB storage, 8 GB RAM, and it copies 1 GB files in 5 seconds, and etc. Right? So you take some quantitative values and you describe the quality of the performance of your mobile phone. So that's the same thing why we use network metrics to describe the quality of the network. So first of all, why we need to learn on network metrics? You need to learn how to measure network performance with all of the key network metrics, because by monitoring and analyzing network metrics, the network, especially the network administrators who are managing the network, can identify the performance bottlenecks and diagnose any issues with the network and then optimize the network settings to improve the network performance, and they can reduce the downtime if there's any and provide a better user experience to the users who are connected to that computer network. So we will go through the most essential network metrics that you should know for your Edexcel IT exam. The first metric you or the KPI that we learn is latency in a network. Sorry. Latency refers to the measure of time it takes for data to reach its destination across the network. Please see the diagram. You usually measure network latency as a round trip delay in milliseconds, uh, taking into the account the time it takes for the data to get to its destination and then back again to its source. So as you can clearly see in this diagram, user sends the data to the server and then get it from the server. So user to server it takes 250 milliseconds and server to user it takes 300 milliseconds. So the full round trip it takes 550 milliseconds, which is also called as latency is 550 milliseconds. Some call this latency as the delay, and the delay is 550 milliseconds. So most latency or delays are actually undetectable from a user's perspective and can therefore can go unnoticed, but can have a huge impact when we are using communication systems such as Zoom, Skype, MS, Microsoft Teams, and so on. So in summary, a low latency network connection is one that experiences small delay times, but a high latency connection suffers from long delays, and then that is where we notice and say it's very slow and etc. Next, we have bandwidth. In computer network, bandwidth is defined as the maximum number of bits that can flow through a network connection in a given period of time. The fundamental unit of network bandwidth, bits per second, bps. We can Then we have kbps, kilobits per second. Likewise, a network connection that specified a bandwidth of, let's say, 1 kbps means that in 1 second maximum 1000 bits can be transferred across this connection. The amount of bandwidth you need depends on the type of applications you are trying to use. For an example, if you are just emailing, it requires a small amount of bandwidth, as only like small amount of data is being transmitted, and it doesn't have to happen in real time. But in if you are using this network for video conferencing, it requires lot of bandwidth because the quantity of data being transmitted is really high, and it has to happen in real time because you have to see the person in the other end with the voice and video both. Next network matrix is throughput. Throughput is defined as the actual number of bits that flows through a network connection in a given period of time. Same as bandwidth, it's the number of bits that can flow through a network in a given time, but in throughput, it's the actual number of bits that flow through a network connection in a given period of time. So throughput is always less than or equal to bandwidth, but can never exceed the bandwidth. See, I have highlighted the word actual in the note. So if you take any computer network, the throughput can be affected by many factors like network congestion due to heavy network usage, and there could be too many users accessing the same server, and if the low bandwidth allocation between the network devices, and also medium loss of a computer network, the quality and standards of resources such as CPU and RAM of network devices. So these factors affects the throughput of a network. See this diagram to understand the difference between bandwidth and throughput. You can see that green, the pipe, the huge pipe, that is called the bandwidth, and then what is going inside is the throughput. So bandwidth is the total capacity of a system to send data to another over a single media. It's like the size of the pipe or the highway, with 2 lanes, 3 lanes, 50 lanes, etc. The concept relates to perfect and theoretical conditions, while the so the bandwidth refers to the maximum amount of the data that can be passed from one point to another. On the other hand, throughput is considered as the actual measurement of the data that is able to move through the media at any given time. So, what is network error rate? Network error rate is a measure of the number of errors that occur in a network traffic, expressed as a percentage of the total number of packets transmitted. So errors can occur in various forms such as packet loss or corruption and other transmission errors. So the error rate can impact network performance and also the reliability of the data that we get, because there could be packet losses and packet corruptions. The higher the data rate, the less reliable is the network connection is. Next, we have scalability. Scalability is the measure of how well a network can grow to meet increasing performance demands. So, why is scaling in a network is important? Scaling is important because it's crucial actually, because as your application or user base grows, let's say only 1,000 users are using now, but the demand gets high, and you need to increase the user base to 10,000. So your business is growing and there's demand and something like that, so it must handle the increasing demands. Without scaling, your system could become a sluggish show, leading to downtime. You can't use the same hardware or the same network equipments that you use for 1,000 users when you're supporting 10,000 users. When then the systems gets slow and system could get stand still. So users could get frustrated and they can't submit their forms, or they can't get the correct results. So user frustration goes, and then it could lead to uh, potential business losses. So scalability is really important, and scalability is the measure of how well a network can grow to meet the increasing performance demands. We have three more network metrics to learn under this lesson. So now we are learning packet loss. Packet loss refers to the number of data packets that were successfully sent out from one point in a network but were dropped during data transmission and never reached their destination. Simply, literal meaning packet loss. It has sent from the source, but it has not received from the destination. Packet loss is either caused by errors in data transmission, or typically like across wireless networks or network congestion. And packet loss is measured as a percentage of packets lost with respect to the packet sent. So number of packet lost with compared to the total number of packets sent as a percentage. So it's important for your IT team to measure packet loss to know how many packets are being dropped across your network to be able to take steps to ensure that data can be transmitted as it should be, ideally without any packet losses. Next, we have availability. In computer networks, availability refers to the overall uptime of the system. Uptime in the sense the correct working time. A network designed for availability is one that delivers a consistent, reliable performance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In addition, the failure of a single link or piece of equipment should not significantly impact network performance. Let's say there's a device failure, or a link is not working between few devices, but if you have designed your network in a way that the availability is not availability is intact, it should not significantly impact your network performance. Let's say there's a device failure, but still the users, maybe let's assume the online users who are accessing your system to place orders, that shouldn't be impacted by those failures. So there's another term we used in IT called accessibility. Sometimes the students mix up these two words, the availability and accessibility. Sometimes they say availability and accessibility are both like uptime of the system, and that the people user should be able to access the system. But in you need to remember, availability is that is the system is available 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, and that is a best uptime, and it refers to the availability of the system. But accessibility is not that. In literally we might feel like that, but in computer, in IT we use accessibility to mention how accessible our website or the mobile app to the differently able people who has vision or hearing issues. So that is accessibility. Our system has designed in a, or the website or the mobile app has designed in a way that visually impaired people or people who has hearing losses can access our system. So don't mix up the two words. Okay, now we have come to the end of the lesson. So we are moving to the last network matrix, which is jitter. If you have ever been in a video conferencing call where the video is distorted or the voice of the speaker becomes garbled or illegible. That is jitter, caused by an unstable network either on your end or at the other person, the speaker's end. So you can see in the diagram, the left side, the person is getting all the data packets and it's without jitter. But in the right side, there's a data packet loss in the middle, and that is transmission with jitter. So, network jitter is the variance in time delay in milliseconds between data packets over a network. It's a disruption in the normal sequence of sending data packets. So you can avoid jitter by upgrading to better quality hardware, also increasing your network bandwidth, and also jitter can be reduced by switching from wireless to wired Ethernet connection. So, okay. Now we are done with network metrics. This is a very straightforward question. You can try on your own. While I was going through the Edexcel past papers, this is an area where I haven't seen questions in Edexcel past papers so far. So, but just because that we cannot guarantee that they won't ask questions from network metrics, so you need to understand, and it's a small area, so you need to go through this. Uh, because it might help you to answer those long answer questions like 12 markers. So better to study. And next lesson is the last lesson under A's network chapter, and that will be network security. So subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so you will get the notification when I upload that as well. So until then, do your studies and bye and see you soon.